Hi, everybody. Sorry, I'm a little late. Thank you for joining the live today. I forgot to grab something. I'm gonna grab it right now so I don't forget while we wait for our guest. That was very up close and personal. Sorry. Okay. Hi, Giovanna. I'm waiting for our guest. Oh yeah, so my guest today is my friend Kevin. So I actually met Kevin when I was in community college at Santa Ana College. And yeah, we always used to hang out at this place called the Fountain. Oh my god, BJ! BJ! Sorry, my best friend just came online. BJ's online! Okay, everyone's here. Oh, hi, Miguel! And Kiki, hi! Oh, this is so exciting. Yeah, so I met Kevin at Santa Ana College, and we used to hang out with my friend Miguel and my best friend BJ at the fountain, and we would just like take pictures and be silly people all the time. Those were some good moments, very good moments. I'm still waiting for Kevin to join. If anybody has Kevin's number, text him. Yeah, so Kevin's a really cool guy. I actually didn't know he was an artist until after college, which was pretty cool. Learning that about him. I think he was in a band before. I don't know if he's gonna get mad at me for saying that, but he was in a band and with a few of our other friends, and we used to go watch his show and he would play. And now he's engaged, which is very exciting. I think I'm spilling a lot of tea about Kevin, and I don't know if he's comfortable with that. Oh, there's Tiffany. Hi, Tiffany. We're just waiting for Kevin to join, unless he's joining through Tiffany's. Kevin, if you're joining through Tiffany's, just request it. Yeah, let me see if he sent a voice message. I'm not gonna play that. I'll play it later. Oh my gosh, so many people are here. Let me see. Tiffany, should I request? Oh, there he is. Never mind. Just kidding. Okay. Damn, so many people are on. Okay. Let me see. I think it's go live with. All right. We're playing. Okay. It just happened. Okay. I don't know what I did. Okay. Oh my gosh, Marcos is on. Hi. There he is. Hi.
Hey, how's it going?
Good. How are you? So many people are joining. You have so many fans, Kevin.
Oh my gosh.
It's all for him.
It's all for him.
It's all
Yeah, exactly.
This is what they're here for.
Yeah.
Here you go, guys.
He can't even talk, so yeah, this is funny.
Not gonna be much of an interview, you know.
Not really. How's it
Oh my
going?
gosh.
How are you?
I'm great. I'm excited for this.
I am too. No, this is all we've been talking about. We were just saying, well, Tiffany was saying how like Brenda's great at this because she's just such a nice presence that, you know, she makes anyone being interviewed just feel comfortable and like, you know what, it's totally true.
Yeah, you can make anyone feel at ease.
You know,
Well, that's true. I've been very emotional lately, so please stop because I will cry. This is very emotional. So thank you. All right, so we can get started because we already have a lot of people joining, which is pretty cool. BJ's here, Miguel's here, Marcos is here, a lot of other cool friends. Kiki, Giovanna, hi. So many other people, hello.
I see some people, Michelle, oh my gosh. Hi, Michelle. Hello, Martine. Some of my family and my family friends.
Oh, thank you everybody for joining. So yeah, let's just get started right away. So today my guest is Kevin, and this is the first time that we have a whole family artist talk because his fiance is joining us, Tiffany, and their beautiful son Pudding. Where'd he go?
Right here.
And I'll do a quick intro. I'll do a quick intro for Kevin. That way, we can just kind of get the ball rolling. So, Kevin Aguilar is a dot work artist who enjoys dark surrealism using pointillism, stippling, and dot work. Yeah. And so let's just start. Did you want me to say anything else, Kevin, before we get started?
No, that's all good, man. Thank you for the awesome intro. I'm just gonna put the volume up here so we can hear you better. Yeah.
Oh,
awesome.
yeah, sure.
Yeah, no, that's great.
And if anybody has any questions for Kevin, just put them on the questions below, and we'll get to them at the end. So let's start with where you're from, Kevin.
I am from Orange County, California.
Mm-hmm.
I was born in Santa Ana, and I lived in Garden Grove though for like all my life. So if you want to come find me, you know where to find me now. But no, yeah, that's yeah.
Awesome. And so what inspired you to create art?
Well, I've always just enjoyed creating it generally. Like when I was a kid, I've received so much support from his family and like, you know, teachers and friends and stuff. And so it always starts off with I just get really obsessed with something. You know, usually Tiffany has to hear about it for like the week. Like, oh, okay, this week we're learning about the guillotine. That's sweet.
That's the theme of the week. Okay.
And then yeah, then I just put it on the paper. Yeah, like when I was a kid, I loved cartoons and stuff, and I would draw my own. Like, I would totally draw like Sonic characters too. You know, do all that kind of stuff, or my own Pokemon. But yeah, I just enjoyed drawing generally speaking, and so yeah, that's why I just enjoy to create it. You know.
Perfect.
Yeah.
And so when you decided to pursue this as a career, did you receive support from your family and friends?
Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah, with that whole thing, it's so funny because I didn't necessarily even choose to pursue it full time. It just kind of happened. Uh, you know, ah, man, since the beginning, yeah, I was always asked. Is he being a little funny?
He's fine.
Ever since the beginning, like I said, I just a lot of support from family and friends saying like, oh, you should do something with this career wise. And so it wasn't until just last year though where I'd been working at like this office job for like 5 years, and then you know due to COVID I got laid off, and though that really freaked us out at first, you know, me and Tiffany had to talk about it, and we were just like, you know, she was telling me how I just don't like seeing you coming home feeling lobotomized, you know, or feeling like you didn't create anything. So I want you to finally pursue it full time. You know, that was always the goal. I would always like try and fit in whatever art I could during my lunch breaks or, you know, after the fact at night. I think there was even a time where I was doing it in the morning before work, but yeah. So, you know, you've been my support system through all this, and my family has been super supportive. I tell my mom like, oh, hey mom, like this month was really busy with orders. And she's just like, oh no, it's good, Mijo, you know, all that. And my younger brother, you know, super supportive as well. He'll go to the, I remember this one time, I don't think you were there for this. It was another art event in Santa Ana. And, you know, he was there. He could tell I was nervous. So he was talking up my art for me, you know, remember that? So that's really cool as well. And then like, you know, our friends from Santa Ana College, Marco Spen, which I don't know if they're watching right now, but shout out to you, big smelly men. I love you guys. They're super supportive as well. Miguel, Janet, you know, friends of ours have taken my shirts and stuff and sent me like nice photos. BJ as well. You know, I know that they did a really nice photo shoot, which I didn't even ask for. They just sent me photos just so that I can have stuff from my office.
They make a day of it and go
They make a
model
fucking
your
day.
clothing and just, I don't know. It's just amazing what they do.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So
Just out of the kindness of their heart because they want
Yeah.
to. You know, how lucky is that?
exactly. And so, yeah, long story short, yeah, I've received nothing but love and support from friends and family. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you
And
so
thanks
much.
to you too. You're supporting me too by having me on your lovely show. So thank you.
Of course. I like how you call it a show. I think you're the first person that's ever like, thank you for inviting me on your show. I was like, oh wow, it's a show
That's
now.
what it is. I mean,
Yeah.
you're an excellent hostess. Of course it's a show. Yeah.
It's just
Right.
like don't take that away from me. I'm on a show right now.
That's also
So
true.
yes. So this
I mean, this is Pudding's big break too, so, you know.
yeah, after this I'm just gonna drop the art and exploit him. So
No, no. All right, I'll keep the hype up. Yeah, thank you for joining my show. And thank you so much for all the talk about your friends. I always would love to support your work, and I think you're the first artist that ever like really emphasized, the support of friends. So I think that's really great. And with that, we're gonna segue into your school education real quick. So what schools did you attend?
so after high school, I just went to Orange County College for a little bit, or sorry, Orange Coast College, and I went to Santa Ana College where I met you and everybody else. But yeah, that's pretty much it.
Yeah. And so what major were you in when you first started school, and then what did you end up doing?
So when I was enrolled, I was a film and TV production major. So because it's so funny, I've been drawing all my life. I naturally just wanted to do different artsy fartsy things. So film actually took over from like middle school into like high school into college. And so, yeah, that was my major for the whole time. But I'm not making movies, funny enough. Yeah, it transitioned slowly just back into illustration. So,
Mhm.
yeah, that's what I'm doing now.
Perfect. And so I just wanted you to talk to me a little bit about your experience in school and opportunities you had while you were still in college.
Experiences and opportunities. Um, well, the experience was cool. I mean, I think the biggest takeaway from all that was I got to meet nice people who I still have in my life. You know,
Mhm.
you're included, and you know, BJ, I see right there in the comments too. All you guys, you know who you are. It's grateful to have you guys in my life and still have them because it's been so long now. I think me and some of our mutual friends were just talking about it. Like, oh man, I've known you for like almost a decade now.
Oh,
But yeah, no, seriously, I have to think about that for a second. But yeah, sorry. But anyways, yeah. So that was fun. I think the biggest takeaway from the college experience was meeting, yeah, all you guys. I got to experiment with this and that, you know, in the artsy fartsy field. I took an exploratory art class, so it kind of just helped direct me into, you know, knowing that illustration was always kind of going to be my way to go at the end of the day. I got my, I wouldn't say I got film out of my system because it's still in me. I still want to do
mhm.
something with it, but yeah, good experiences just to be able to test everything.
Yeah, perfect. And so what did you feel that school prepared you for?
Yeah, I think school prepared me just for, hmm, what the hell did I answer? I know I sent you, it was
You said
like,
you said meeting weirdos.
oh, that's right. Yeah. So, anyways, yeah, I know Ben and Marcus are watching. So, but no, pretty much, yeah. So you just get to interact with people, no matter what field you kind of go into. You're gonna have to deal with talking to people, and sometimes you don't always like those people. Um, you know, yeah, especially in the artsy field. Um, a lot of hipstery people who think they're better than everyone because they watched, you know, some 90-minute film about like a nun in a garden crying into a mirror and it's in black and white, you know, that kind of stuff. So
Yeah.
yeah, it got me, it prepared me for like those kinds of interactions. Met a lot of nice people, you know, taught me to take criticism well and
Hmm.
to seek it. Um,
Yeah.
so yeah, that's what it prepared me for, I would say,
Nice.
ultimately.
And what did you feel that school did not prepare you for?
It didn't prepare me for like the impact of, how do I word this? It didn't prepare me for, I guess, the mind-numbing feeling of working in a place that you just don't feel passionate about. And
Hmm.
I know it's a really weird thing to kind of be prepared for, but I mean, yeah, no one ever meant. When you're taking art classes, a lot of people will say like, "Oh, you know, you might have to do this or that um, kind of odd job to kind of supplement your work."
Hmm.
Um, or finance it, and just nobody tells you just how mind numbing. I mean, it's kind of to be expected, I suppose, but
Yeah.
um, I mean, with the way I was kind of doing it, I got really sucked into my office job, and I'm grateful for it. I really am, but ultimately, the work was just not for me, and it wasn't doing anything for me, you know, emotionally or like mentally or more creatively, you know, really.
Yeah.
So it just didn't prepare me for that kind of impact. Like I said, like I would come home and you'd just be like, "Oh, how's your day going?" Or "How'd your day go?" I'm like, and I would tell you a little bit. Then I would actually bore myself.
Yeah, it was like a clouded version of yourself,
Hmm.
you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah,
And it was a result of just being at a place that didn't drive you in any way
yeah,
that was helpful to your spirit, you know, who you truly are and what you're passionate about, you know?
yeah, and that just it. Um, I mean, to talk about it briefly, the work dealt with like automotive kind of stuff, and I'm not a car guy, so that just really bored me. And again, I just yeah, wasn't doing anything for me.
Hmm.
So to kind of answer your question, just finally, yeah, I would. It did not prepare me for that kind of to be able to deal and watch that, and then also put more energy into art. Like, I guess it didn't teach me to balance that, because sometimes I felt like I was putting too much time and effort into my other work, and then kind of like letting that suck me dry, and not having enough energy sometimes to want to do. I remember saying to you, like, I didn't even do anything creative today, and we'd be going to bed, and the day was shot.
Yeah,
So
it would just be heartbreaking to hear you say it. It was the way you said it that really hit me.
yeah, so it didn't prepare me for that.
Yeah, no, and I think when we were prepping for it, I really appreciated you being so honest about it, because like kind of like how you said, it's not, it's expected, but nobody really tells you. You just kind of see it like in TV shows, and you're like, oh, that's not gonna happen to me, and then it happens, and you're like, oh well, yeah. So
Yeah.
thank you for being very open and honest about that. And with that, we're gonna talk about your art. So this is what the people came here to do, and we're doing really, really good on time. So if you have any more pieces that you share, you have time to show like 4 or 5, because we answered really fast. But yeah, any art that you want to talk about, bring it on up.
Cool. Yeah. Here, give me 1 second.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Well, here's a real work of art, guys. Come on.
Get that smelly reptile. Hello. He's been so funny lately. He's been kind of like he likes to hide a lot these days. I think he's kind of dealing with his last days of hibernation or brumation.
Yeah.
So let me see here. So one of the ones I'm really proud of from like last year is this guy right here. The vampire one I think I showed you.
Yes.
So let me see. So this guy is my favorite from last year.
Mm-hmm.
An homage to just, my love of horror and spooky monsters.
Yeah. I was gonna bring it closer. Perfect.
And as usual, dot work, stippling, that kind of stuff. So, and then this one's fun because check this out, guys. I actually used a little bit of color. Isn't that cray cray? But yeah, so that one's my favorite.
How long did that? Oops, sorry.
What was that?
How long did that one take? Sorry to make you go.
This one I think took like anywhere from like 25 to 30. I think inking. I think I'm really trying to get better about timing these things, because that's a pretty common question. But yeah, I will say 25, maybe 30 inking and stuff. So.
And it's not minutes, right? It's hours.
Hours, yes. I'll spend like a couple of hours a day, and then exactly. Mm-hmm. And then this gentleman, I think, is one of my favorites too. I completed this year. It's called Brittle. Let me get a little closer.
Mm-hmm.
So I wanted to try and make some more unique spooky imagery.
Mm-hmm.
This one's just kind of based on like bad dreams I've had. Someone's saying, "Show us pudding." Here, I'll show you guys in a second. But this guy, bad dream. Anyways, I'll show you the lizard in just a second. Well, actually, no. I have a lizard illustration too. I can put that one up here.
Yeah, because you have pudding bearded dragon.
Yes.
Yes. The ode to pudding. Ah, that's right. It's framed. I'm gonna get the.
I love it.
Yeah.
Oh
This
wow!
right
Yeah.
Here.
One.
What's that?
I remember that one when you showed it on Instagram. I think you showed that one.
Yeah, it's been a second now, but this one's still one of my favorites too, because we had already had him for so long, and I finally try to capture his magnificence on paper. I put little. He enjoys eating dandelion green, so I put some dandelions in the background, and that's actually a branch modeled after his favorite branch in his little home back there. So yeah.
No matter how we rearrange the tank, that's always his favorite branch.
Let me see. Let me pop out some more gentlemen here.
Yeah. So did that one take around the same time, 20 to 30 hours?
I I think that one might have been closer to 30, maybe even past it, because I remember taking a long time on that one in particular. See, that was one I was doing while I was still working, so I would take my lunch, kind of work on that, and it would just
Mhm.
I would chip away at it for a long time. So it took a second. Let me see here.
And while you're looking for other pieces, talk about the process of the work while you're looking for your other pieces. Yeah.
Oh no, totally. Yeah. So like I kind of said, the way it works is here. Let me pull one up. Sorry.
Mhm.
Yeah, so the way it kind of works is I just need inspiration to strike, like any artsy person does. I'll get really into like cryptozoology or something, or Japanese folklore, and then
Mhm.
I will have to see the finished thing in my brain before I sit down. I'm not a trust the process kind of guy. I know that's
Mhm.
I should probably practice that a bit more, but I really need a solid image in my brain before I see it. So like this guy. So I've always wanted to draw Mothman because he's one of my favorites.
Oh wow.
And so yeah, I don't think I showed you this guy, did I?
No, no. Oh wow, this one's really cool.
Thank you. And I like the framing especially with the moon and everything, and then just this fat guy flying over the sky. I also like the power lines that kind of do simple framing as
Mhm.
well. So yeah, like I said, I'll just become super obsessed with something like Mothman,
Mhm.
and then I will just very simply sketch him out. Once I get the sketch ready,
Yeah.
I'll usually like flip it to see if my anatomy's good, if my framing's good, and then once that's all fine, I just get to work stippling. I use micron pens um, to ink my work, and then as I go, I scan my work, and then I'll check for inconsistencies in
Mhm.
lighting and stuff like that, and yeah, just dot away until my fingers bleed, dude, and that's pretty much it. And then I put
Perfect.
it on Instagram and say, hey guys, look what I'm doing, and then everyone's just like, dude, stop it. And I'm like, okay. So yeah.
That's not what they say. Yeah, you still have a lot of time, Kevin. Do you want to share two more if you want? Up to you.
Yeah, yeah, totally. Also, let me know if I need to cover anything else too, or if you, yeah,
Uh,
just because I know we talked about that there's usually a lot of time, so yeah. Oh, let me show
This
this
one, yeah, I
guy.
was gonna say that one is.
So this guy is actually a commission that I did. It's actually, I think, one of my favorite commissions ever.
oh my God,
Um,
it's so
yeah,
cool.
this guy was actually commissioned by an employee who works at the pet store we bought pudding at.
Hmm.
So I would leave stickers there and stuff, and eventually he hit me up and was just like, "Oh, can you make me a frog illustration?" Um,
Hmm.
and he had ideas about like he wanted it to sort of represent like the pandemic and stuff, and how it kind of
Hmm.
like everyone just feels all clustered and scared and stuff, and so but he gave me a lot of creative freedom with this. And so I told him like, okay, yeah, I'll sketch out a few concepts for you. And I just had the idea of like, oh, well, frog eggs aren't really used too much. Like, I haven't seen frog eggs illustrated too much. So I thought like, oh, I'll put like embryos and skulls amongst a little cluster of them. So, and he loved the idea, and that's the reason why I love commissions too, just because it makes me kind of. I don't think I would have thought of this guy up on my own had the guy not prompted me to think about frogs.
Yeah, that one's
So,
sick. How long did that one take? It's really, really cool.
this guy, so this is just a printed scan of that.
Hmm.
The original one, this is 9 by 12. The original one was like 11 by 14 inches. That one took a second, didn't
I
it?
think it was like maybe solid 40 hours.
40 hours spread over like a couple months
I
too.
say so.
Yeah, so 40 hours roughly. The frog was harder than I thought it would. I don't think I took a solid crack at a frog just
Hmm.
yet, but everyone loved it. I think that one was one of the more well-received illustrations, like period, like on the entire time I've been on Instagram. Oh shit, Butter Crispy Sandwich is on here. He's a viewer from TikTok. What's up, Butter Crispy? Just wanted to say hi to him. But yeah,
Nice. Yeah, do you want to share one last one before I ask you the next few questions?
yeah, of course. Someone's really nice and saying, Kevin, Tiffany, if you hit us up, we'll send you a gift. Though, oh, thank you guys. That's really nice.
It's very kind.
That's way too nice.
It's really kind.
Yeah, you gotta. Yeah, it's it's stuff like that that makes it worthwhile.
Yeah.
It really
Mhm.
is. So just real quick, I'll show you this guy. He's on my business card. This is Mictlan de Kutli,
Mhm.
the Aztec death god, or at least like one of them.
Mhm.
Um, I really like this guy a lot, just because I don't know. I wanted to kind of draw something that sort of pulls from like like Mexican culture, kind of in a sense,
Mhm.
and I really wanted to do something statue-like. But so this is kind of based off of the statue, and
Yeah.
I gave him my own little flair with like little like pointy finger hands and
Mhm.
pointy finger toes and stuff. But yeah, also really enjoyed making him as well. But yeah,
Awesome. Yeah, thank you so much for sharing your work, Kevin. Yeah, I'm glad that you had all this time to share extra. But yeah, I'm gonna finish asking my questions and then we'll leave it open for the audience. We'll have a good 30 minutes for questions. And you can also share more art while we're answering questions. But are you working on any new projects at the moment?
yeah, I've got a couple right now. Let's see here. I'm working on. I don't think I've told you. I think I started this last. Sorry, I think I started this after we talked last.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to do like an evil corn man, like an evil elotero
Mm-hmm.
legend kind of guy. So let me actually have him right here.
That sounds cool.
Yeah, I was so psyched when we moved into our apartment that we had a corn man around here. So I'm working on him right now. Um, he's like covered in. I'm trying to make him like give him a spooky background where he's got like, you
Oh.
know, he's got a face full of boils and stuff like that, kind of like corn
Mm-hmm.
kernels.
Mm-hmm.
You hear his honking horn at night and stuff,
Yeah.
that kind of thing. And then I just decided to draw a dinosaur just for giggles. So I'm working on this guy right here. As you can see, I lay the first layer of points first, so it's very light and gray 1st,
Mm-hmm.
and then I go into little like fat rolls and crevices to make it
Mm-hmm.
darker and just build values from there. He's also got a little snack in his hand there, so that's fun.
Do you still have the one that you were working on and then you told me that something happened on TikTok? Is that one that you're still doing? The one that you got banned for?
Oh,
I want to say that, but I was like,
no, that's fine. I made a whole post about it. Please,
okay.
yeah, I got banned on TikTok because I'm a fucking scumbag, everybody. But yeah, no, well, no, I got banned from the live streaming.
Mm-hmm.
I got it back though. It's all good.
Okay, cool. Perfect.
I just felt like an idiot. I remember talking to you, being like, "Oh yeah, TikTok's fucking great," and then like, "Oh shit, thanks TikTok." So here, this is the guy. If this gets cut out, you know what happened, but
Oh
it's
my
not
God.
even bad. So this is a demon from this book called The Lesser Key of Solomon,
Mm-hmm.
and so it's like a spooky, demon summoning kind of book if you're into that kind of
Mm-hmm.
stuff. And I think it's just really cool. Like they give really cool descriptions of all these spooky entities, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so I hate art, bloody TikTok jail. Yeah, exactly. Um, so anyways, the book has a bunch of cool descriptions, and there was one. This guy is called Rom, and
Mm-hmm.
it's like, oh, he appears in the form of like a crow, and he can appear in the form of a man. So I'm like, oh, I'll just make a cool man crow. But rather than giving him like the body of a man and like the head of a crow, I'm like, oh, I'll make the crow's head come out of his crotch area, and that'll be dope, you know.
Yeah.
So yeah, and so yeah, one day I was just streaming live, and suddenly it got cut because apparently I violated a serious pornography term or something.
Yeah.
And it's just bird groin, So no ding dongs or anything there, so I don't understand the problem, but
It still looks awesome though, and
thank you.
I'm glad you got it back.
Yes, thank you.
So I have two final questions before we leave it open to audience. So how are you taking care of yourself physically and emotionally during this time?
Oh, I'm so fat. There's just no hope for me.
No, you're not. You're so not.
You can't see me from the bottom, so yeah. But it's been so we'll do a lot of like step aerobic type stuff. Just to kind of keep the blood flowing and stuff. We'll go on walks. But then we'll also have our days where we kind of got to take care of ourselves or we got to kind of like treat ourselves and just be like, you know what, like today, we took apart a big piece of old furniture, and Tiffany was nice enough to get us hamburgers for dinner. So it's just kind of like, we got to do that too. So yeah.
Sometimes I can sense what he's craving too, so I'm like,
Oh, that's cool.
I got you.
Exactly. So yeah, that's how we've been treating ourselves. Like, we understand, like, just got to keep moving and exercising, but then treat yourself. Do for you. You deserve it, everybody. Get yourself a hamburger today. But yeah.
Perfect. Thank you. And my last question is, do you have any advice you would like to give to artists?
Yes. So my first one, I guess my first piece of advice is this: is to kind of stay true to yourself. Don't ever do anything you won't want to do or you wouldn't do normally, because it probably won't turn out great anyways. Like, let's say someone asks you to draw something you just don't like. It's just, if it's not a hell yes, it's a no. That's something we kind of say a lot, when it comes to this kind of like commission work and stuff. So yeah, just stay true to yourself, and I guess you can say that about anything, really. But yeah, artists specifically, stay true to yourself. Be honest with yourself as well. Not only in the sense where, like, oh, am I honestly going to enjoy this piece of art, but also be honest with yourself as far as how badly you want to make art like a thing. Like, be honest with yourself. It's okay if you just want it to be a hobby, but at least admit it to yourself. And keep it like that, so that way you don't have this constant battle in your brain. You have to, if you seriously want it, then say it to yourself, but then hold yourself accountable and then go get it. So I don't want to say, like, no excuses for not doing anything, but, like, don't complain if you're not being honest with yourself and thinking, like, okay, maybe art is just a hobby. So I've had to, and it's good for me to say this out loud too, because it puts it in my brain. And I need to continue remembering, like, I want this, then okay. Then that'll get me out of bed and actually getting to work. So I think it'll help people too. What else?
Giving. How much of an impact giving can make.
Giving, yeah. Be good to those people who take care of you, Always give. You're gonna always get more the more you give. And not to say that, if you give, you should expect anything back, but just give constantly. Like, it's you have no idea what that could mean to someone else, if you just try to show a little bit of kindness.
And appreciation.
Exactly.
So important.
Yeah. Like, just be appreciative of those people who have been there from the start. That's why I'm seeing, like, Crescent Hair right now. She's another artist, fantastic, who's just been beyond supportive.
So supportive.
Yeah, so thank you, Christina. Like, just, you got to take care of your peeps. So just, make sure you appreciate those who have been there from the beginning, because it'll never matter how many followers you have. It's always going to be quality over quantity. So it doesn't, your number of followers don't matter if, you don't have quality people like some of the people who are in the chat right now. To just take care of you. And so, just give back. Exactly. Be appreciative, because those are the people who are going to get you places. And, you support them right back with whatever you do, because it's just the right thing to do as friends.
Plus, it makes it all worthwhile anyhow. Exactly.
So, it's like, there's another artist in here. I hate art. Or I think his tag is I hate made. I'm sorry. But I met him through TikTok. I think he said something nice to me on TikTok or something, and we've just been chatting up there. But check out his pre-order for his merch. So he's been super cool. And just be nice, everybody, please. We need some more of that.
And then you also have some business advice, which I think was pretty cool.
Oh God, what did I say again?
Explore social media.
Yes. Okay, so I know I was upset about TikTok and stuff, but no, seriously. If there are these free social media platforms, just explore them and do something with them. There's no reason to not do that. If you have a phone, then you can download the damn app and do something with it. I hated TikTok at first, the idea, but then the pandemic hit, And then I'm just like, you know what? I'm not, if I don't get a TikTok and explore it at least, I'm not doing everything I can to try and get my art out there. And it's
Yeah.
actually, yeah, despite the whole ban thing, it has actually been a lot of fun.
Yeah.
There are a lot of nice people that I've met on there as well. So yeah, explore social media platforms, please. Do it for yourself because you're worth it. You're worth the time and effort to get your artsy fartsy stuff out there.
Yeah.
And more can
You also
come.
make content.
Exactly. Yeah, seriously. Like I said, like I think
Like
like
be surprised, you know.
yeah, exactly. Like I think we have 3 people on here who are just being supportive, and I don't think I would have met them through Instagram. So it gives you new hope for social media too.
Oh,
Uh,
okay.
yeah, it just makes you in the sense that like it's not just like, oh, let me just like this person's picture. Like, oh, I got a nice message from this person today, or
Mm-hmm.
oh, you know what, I need help. Let me ask my friend who I've never met before, but has said like a billion nice things to me,
Mm-hmm.
even though I never met them before, more than some people I know in person have ever said. Let me hit them up for advice, and it's just yeah,
Yeah, people you come across at the right place at the right time.
exactly,
Just because you happen to stumble upon them on a
Mhm.
new platform that you weren't planning on trying before. It's really great.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So please explore those avenues. You are worth it, and it's yeah, you'll be surprised about from the results. Seriously.
Yeah.
But Chris,
And oh, sorry, what were you gonna say? Sorry.
oh no, I just saw a viewer, Butter Crispy. I met him on TikTok. So yeah, there you go. And he's been super cool.
Yeah. And I think the last thing you said was document your learning process.
Oh yeah, yeah. If you're wondering what the post, I understand. Like, trust me, I understand. Like, artwork takes time to make. So,
Mm-hmm.
document your process and share that. People are interested in that more than you think. So I need to do that more. So yeah, document your trip to the post office or your shopping list for your art supplies. Like, share all that. It's all great content. If you're looking for stuff to post, don't worry about making a masterpiece every time you upload something. But yeah, it's more interesting than you give yourself credit for. So please consider that when you're trying to promote yourself on the social media platforms.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much, Kevin, for answering all my questions and being a guest. And now we're gonna leave it open for the audience. There's some questions already, and they're all from Butter Crispy Sandwich.
Oh, nice.
So here's one of them. I think, can you see it?
Question: favorite rock band? Strictly speaking, rock. I'll say AC/DC.
Okay.
AC/DC is my favorite rock band. Yeah.
Perfect. This is another question. Perfect nose size?
Perfect nose size. I'm gonna say that there is no perfect nose size because all noses are beautiful.
Oh.
Yeah. Even creatures who don't really have noses but just have nostrils. Yeah.
Mhm.
So that's my answer.
Nice. And then the last one from Butter Crispy Sandwich. Can you do a backflip?
I cannot do a backflip. I can't even touch my toes. So yeah, there you
Nice.
go. There's your answer.
Nice. Yeah, well, if anybody has any other questions they want to ask Kevin, you're more than welcome to. You can also, Kevin, you can also point out some of your people to have them ask you questions. I actually have a few. One of them is, have you thought of venturing out and doing different mediums for your art?
I'm afraid of change, so no. No, I do have like what was it? Copic or Copic marker pens, the watercolor markers that I'm thinking about experimenting with.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I've secretly had the interest to work with pastels, like oil pastels. This
Okay.
really nice lady and this really nice old lady in jury duty actually gave me a bunch of oil pastels, and I've just had them. Her name's Coco. She's a very sweet lady.
Oh,
Yeah. So I've had them forever. So I might do that because I remember doing a project in high school with them. So maybe one day I'll mess with that again. But yeah, those would probably be the first two I mess with.
nice. And then there's another question right there from the Crescent Hair. What color would you never consider using in your artwork? Oh.
What color would I never consider using? Thank you, Christina, for the question. Never consider? I I'll go with like, hmm.
Mhm.
That's a good question. I probably wouldn't think to use maybe like highlighter yellow immediately, but I'm sure if I played with it, I could probably use it for
You
something.
might not use much of it, but you
Yeah.
could maybe use it.
Yeah, yeah, there you
Just
go.
maybe not mass amounts or something, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Nice. And Marcos, I think, has a question.
Oh, great.
Will Tiffany ever forgive me?
Okay. Well,
Already done, sir.
no, real quick. Marcos just posted something really like weird, and so we were having breakfast one day. Or no. I always tell the story wrong. Just real quick. Tiffany saw it. She's like, "What the hell is this?" And then I have to explain. Oh yeah, Marcos is an awful person. To everybody who doesn't know what we're talking about, it's just a friend of mine, and
Mhm.
he's a smelly person. But it's okay.
I just added him on Instagram, and then I saw a side of him that I wasn't expecting, and then I was like, "Oh, that's all right.
Yeah,
Okay, that's you. You.
exactly.
Just a surprise."
And then I loved rubbing it in his face the next time I saw him. And he was just like, "Oh, I'm sorry." Yeah.
Nice. Okay, and I think one is from I Hate Art. What do you struggle to draw them? These are
Oh,
good.
oh no, thank you for the question. Yeah. What I struggle to draw the most. Probably. I'm gonna say architecture. I've been practicing, perspective and stuff. Been trying to get that sharpened.
Mhm.
But it just intimidates me, and I think it's going to be a rough process until I get something solid going as far as the piece goes. But I will say architecture kind of intimidates me.
Okay.
I'm learning, and I have a decent idea as to how to get like anatomy and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But architecture is probably because it deals with perspective so much, and the perspective just scary. So
Mhm.
that's just me though. Yeah.
Nice. Ooh, you're getting more questions. One is from Evans. I can't say the name.
Evan Swagular.
Yeah.
That's my little brother.
Aw, it says favorite Pokemon.
I'm gonna go with Primeape.
Okay.
Primeape and Poliwhirl.
Oh,
Charmander, classic too.
Charmander, yeah. And then another one from Commentator 50 is if you could have a theme song while you were on a killing spree, what would it be? Very nice questions.
Oh, that's our friend Dang. How's it going, Dang? Um, Thanks for the question, my pal. My theme song for killing people, I think, would be. Hold on. What's that song? I've got a pocket full of sunshine.
Pocket full of sunshine,
Oh.
but I think Natasha Bedingfield?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Not the song I thought you were gonna say, but
He sings
nice.
that enough house more often than you'd think.
Yeah. It's my
Yeah.
jam.
All right.
Exactly, yeah.
Perfect. Oh, so many questions. One's from BJ. Hi, BJ. So it says, will you do some Pokemon work soon, like ghost types?
Will I do some Pokemon work soon? So, oh man, you guys are really cool because it's you and the Santa Ana friends who have been around when I was really getting into like pointillism. I will say
Mhm.
I'm not gonna really do fan art these days. I like to
Mhm.
I like to just try to stick to original. So I'm sorry to disappoint, but yeah. So I don't think I'll be doing newer Pokemon stuff. It was fun, but maybe I have a print somewhere I can give you, BJ. So I'll send you that at least. But yeah, I'm sorry. I don't really do fan art too much these days.
Yeah.
Um,
No, that's fine. I have two more from Butter Crispy Sandwich and one from Zombie Queen. So the first one is biggest inspirations from childhood.
from childhood, oh man. From childhood, this isn't even related necessarily to art, but I mean, Steve Irwin was a huge inspiration. Before I get why I mean, when I was young, I either wanted to do like art or I wanted to get into animals. Like I wanted to
Mhm.
become a zoologist or a herpetologist, which involves like reptiles and
Mhm.
amphibians. So yeah. I'll say Steve Irwin for my childhood as far as that goes.
Okay.
And Jeff Corwin, yeah, he's another guy. He's like an American Steve Irwin, Crocodile Hunter guy. He was really funny.
Yeah. This is another one. Can you see the other question? It's, will you ever get a Pokemon matching tattoo with your brother?
Oh, it's so funny. My brother likes to hop onto streams on TikTok and troll me. So Butter Crispy was around when my brother was mentioning, oh yeah, we have matching tattoos. Well, I'll totally get one with my brother soon once we figure that all out. But I don't know if he can handle the needle. He's kind of a wimp. He likes to brag that he works out and he's like all buff and stuff, but he's kind of wimpy.
Oh my God.
So yeah.
And then the Zombie Queen one is least favorite artwork.
Hey Janet, least favorite, like of mine? Oh man. I have an illustration. Uh, there's an illustration of mine that I don't like where it's like a mask with like wings on it, and I thought it was cool at the time, but I don't know why. I don't like it anymore. I get really tired of my art, so it's kind of hard to commit it to
Really
like
fast, you do.
yeah, I get really tired of it really quickly. And so like I think a lot of people would say like, "Oh, your Bigfoot barbecue thing is like your most popular piece." And I do like that piece still, but I'm already kind of like trying to get away from that.
Yeah.
So to better answer the question, I think another one would be like uh actually, what's another one I don't like?
I'm trying to recall because there's so many that I like, and you're like, really? I could do it better.
Yeah, yeah. Actually,
Yeah.
I archived a bunch of my stuff in my portfolio. That's really
Yeah.
light now.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
I'm
say,
not surprised.
yeah. I had like an alien equivalent of that Bigfoot thing.
Mhm.
Yeah. Basically, I drew an alien with like the barbecue, like you know how a cow diagram, a
Oh,
butcher,
yeah. Mhm.
yeah, isolates the individual cuts of meat. I
Oh,
did one for an alien, and that one's okay. I feel like I could do it better. Yeah, it's so funny. I bitch about my art all the time, and now that I'm asked that question in an interview, I'm drawing a blank. I'm sorry, Janet.
no, you're fine. Marcos has another one, and then we can ask these two. Art book soon.
Hell no, no.
Nope.
I feel like no, I don't think so. I think I have a lot of work to do before I do anything solid like that. I'll still make stickers and stuff, but art book, I want to get like a a stronger collection of art that I'm happier with. Like
Hmm.
that portfolio I pulled my art out of, it was full of stuff. I was actually close to finishing it,
Hmm.
but I actually the other night took a bunch of them out and started fresh with some pieces that I actually enjoy more. So,
Hmm.
to answer your question, Marcos, maybe in the future if people ask for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And then there's one from This Flower Flows is, would you guys ever consider gory reptile dinosaur sticker print slash line? It's
Oh, yeah, yeah, totally. Again, another friend from TikTok. How's it going? Yeah, I'll totally make that a sticker or a print or something. A print for sure, at least. Yeah.
cool. And then another one I think is from your brother again is, how many people would you recruit to stop a fully grown silverback gorilla?
What was that?
Hold on. How many people would you recruit to stop a fully grown silverback gorilla?
If we're talking like in hand-to-hand combat, I'm gonna say, oh man, I'm gonna say at the bare minimum, I would want like 30. And I'm not
Mhm.
saying everybody's gonna survive either, but I'm not going into the gorilla pit without 30 people behind me. Yeah.
Nice. BJ's asking, do you have a horror film that you would recommend?
Yeah.
Cute.
If you haven't already seen if you haven't already seen the like Evil Dead trilogy, please do. That's a really basic one.
It's
What's up?
it's so good. I love those movies. I have them all.
Oh no, yeah, I love those too. Yeah, Evil, and it's so fun. Like it's one of those movies where like it's like it's a ghost slash possession slash like gory movie. It's all over the fucking place.
Yeah. And it's
Uh,
kind of funny. There's some moments where you're like, oh, that's kind of funny.
exactly, exactly. And I'll say like if you haven't seen the original Alien movie, please watch Alien. Um, yeah, that's another huge inspiration of mine for artwork. Let me see. Let me try and think of something that isn't like so like that well known. I'm gonna say Return of the Living Dead is also probably one of my favorites as well. And I'm looking at my collection right now.
Oh, I was like, what are you squinting at?
Sorry,
Because you just
no, sorry. My shelf of stuff
So
is
big shelf, yeah.
exactly. Oh, and if you haven't seen The Babadook, watch that. It's really fun. Yeah.
okay. I actually have a question, and I don't know if people know this about you, but I learned from you when we were prepping for this, is that you get inspiration from bad dreams. So what do you think gives you bad dreams and then inspires you to create the artwork?
So, oh man, I do like to try and purposefully frighten myself. Um, a lot of times, if it's just me at like midnight, yeah, no, because you ever hear
Tiffany's
about
like,
this? So here's the thing. I won't say like I have bad dreams a whole lot. I'm not one of those people who is unfortunately plagued by nightmares. I actually kind of want more nightmares, but I will have some random ones every now and again. And I think what gives them to me is, yeah, I try to get myself in a spooked state before I go to bed. It doesn't always work though. So.
Oh, but sometimes it does, and then
Sometimes.
I hear about it. It's really funny. He'll be yelling in his sleep sometimes.
She will actually have to wake me up.
Oh, like he'll make noises like that. It's hilarious. And
Yeah.
then I'm like, oh, well, I must be inspired tonight. Let's wake him up.
Yeah, she'll wake me up and I'll be like, oh shit. And sometimes I can't tell her because she gets spooked easily.
Yeah, I do.
So I'm like, oh, here, I'll tell you in the morning. And then next morning I'll be like, oh yeah, there were like floating heads attacking me.
Yep.
In my room. But it's so as far as what gives them to me, I try to give them to myself. Otherwise, they just kind of come naturally. What was the second part of that question again?
Sorry, I'm just like, I feel bad for Tiffany. Sorry. She's like, poor thing. I forgot what I said. Oh yeah, so like, yeah, what inspires you to give the bad? And then when do you know to draw the bad dream? I think that was my question. I might have rephrased it.
When do I know to draw it? If I can capture the essence of it in a drawing, in like, so if I can see the drawing and it perfectly captured the essence of it, then that's when I know, like, oh, okay, this will be a really cool illustration. Like I have one from Japanese folklore called the I'm gonna try and pronounce this just Rokorokobi, where it's a person who's cursed. Whenever they fall asleep, their neck like stretches out, and it like goes like crazy long distances searching for people to scare and to like drink lamp oil for some fucking reason. But you know, I can imagine like if you're out in the country and you only have lamps, if your lights go out, that's pretty fucking weird. So anyways, I got really into that mythology, and then that's when I had the dream of the floating heads attacking me. Because that creature has like a cousin where it's just the head floating. And so when I had that dream the next day, I'm just like, oh, okay, yeah, I definitely just have to draw that creature, you know.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Nice.
You know, when I just see it in my brain, long story short.
Yeah, and we have time for a few more questions. I think this other one's from Butter Crispy Sandwich. See the question?
Let me see here. Oh yeah, and also guys, if you've been sending messages, I'm sorry if I haven't like seen them, but please know I love you all. Let me see. Why would Godzilla win against Big Monkey? Because he's nuclear. I'm gonna say that. Yeah. Again, like even if I've said this to you before, man, like if King Kong gets away like alive, he's gonna get like sick. He's gonna get like stomach. He's gonna like you know like food poisoning or something, just being close to the radiation. So yeah, there you go.
Nice. The other one is for me. So what do you listen to when you're working? So that's one question. I'll have you answer first and then I'll ask you one more.
I listen to spooky podcasts. I listen to stuff that kind of like, I either like listen to fictional stories or nonfiction stories. There's a really great podcast called Into the Portal. They're actually friends of ours, and they've commissioned me to draw them a Sasquatch as well. Andrew, Amber, I don't know if you're watching this, but hi guys, we miss you. But we became friends with them after that too. But they cover like creepy happenings, like they talk about like what's the word escapes me, like alchemy. They'll cover like alchemy folklore, or they'll cover like mysterious water creatures that have been seen all over the world.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. So I love listening to stuff like that for inspiration. I'll listen to just this one podcast called the No Sleep Podcast, where people send in scary fictional stories, and you know, that just gets me on edge, and then I go to bed and hopefully have nightmares. Or I'll just listen to music, you know, like any, you know me, I like my heavy metal or rock and roll stuff. But yeah, that's what I listen to.
And then, yeah, I wanted you to talk a little bit about the inspiration. I think it was the first print that you showed, the one with the hand. And what inspired you to do that one?
Yes. So, see, I've had a couple bad dreams where it wasn't like horrific at all, but it was just stressful, where like I was kind of back in my like 11-year-old, 12-year-old brain body, and I was being like bullied by, you know, these kids who gave me a hard time a few times in middle school. And I would try to like shove them or like punch them to get out of the way, but my hands felt super weak and super, you know, brittle. Like I was like, you know, like an elderly person couldn't even like who couldn't even put a spoon to their mouth to eat.
Yeah.
I just felt really weak whenever I made contact. So I wanted to capture the idea of that kind of stress in a creepier kind of illustration by giving that creature like really old, wrinkled, like spotted old person hands. So I just thought that made for good imagery.
Yeah, no, and it's really good. And I think when you told me the backstory, I was like, wow, that's cool. So I just wanted people to know about it, just so they can see the inspiration of it more. But I think we have time for one more question. But is there anything else you want to say, Kevin, about like your website?
Oh, I mean, well, first of all, just again, like if you guys have been saying nice stuff, which I know you have been, sorry if I didn't call you guys out on that or like say hi immediately, but thank you for joining. As far as like other stuff, like I have my Big Cartel store. There's a link in my Instagram. If you have TikTok or are thinking about getting a TikTok, I'm on there too, and I make really cringy videos, so you can see me do that kind of stuff. So that's pretty fun. But yeah, no, just, and thank you, Brenda, for like having us. It's been really fun.
Of course.
I've always, again, secretly wanted to be on the show, and I'm like, oh man, I hope I get an invite. I hope I'm cool enough to get an invite to your show, which they show. So yeah, thanks for doing this in the first place.
True, it's an honor.
Yeah, seriously.
No, and I think I told you, oh, wait, Tiffany wasn't home. I was like, I was kind of scared to ask you because I thought you were going to be like, nah, I don't want to be in it. And I was like,
because I'm an awful person. Yeah.
I waited to ask you because I was like, I don't want to seem too desperate, so I'm just gonna wait.
No, the pleasure is all ours. I know
exactly.
that,
Yeah,
sure.
Brenda. You're cool. It's every other like person I've met in Santa Ana College who was an awful person. It's fine. It's fine. No.
Yeah. No, but
sorry.
yeah, it was so nice to have you. Yeah. I think Instagram's gonna cut us off. I'm just keeping tabs on the time. But thank you so much for being on here, and thank you for having Tiffany and putting on. It's so cool that like it's the first like family one. I love it. I love it so
totally.
much. But yeah, but
thank you so much. Seriously, thank you for doing this. Thank you.
Yeah. And I'll post your website after the video is uploaded. And yeah, if anybody has any other questions or wants to have Kevin do a commission, you know where to find him. But thank you so much, guys.
No, of course. Thanks,
really,
Brenda.
Thank you.
Yeah. All right. And we'll stay in touch for sure.
For sure. All right. Take it easy.
Bye. You too. Bye.
Bye. Bye, everybody.
Bye, everyone. Thank you.